Hello everyone. This is the Rookie Rules blog. Now, there is an article in the blog that introduces it, just how to create a server. Cloud server. We can on the server, for example, start a blog, deploy a blog. Now, you can also create your own private cloud on it. For example, Nextcloud, right? Will be all right. There are also many internet tools and so on. What about this time? We are going to introduce the Vultr server. It is more convenient to use this server because it is charged by the hour. As long as you delete it, it doesn't charge a fee. We can create snapshots. Use anytime. Use snapshots to create servers at any time. And if this is the case, the IP address can be changed at will. Now, this is a blog post written by me as a rookie. How to use Vultr server. What about the video I recorded this time? This article was recorded according to the ideas of this article. Good. Then we will start opening this website. Now, here is the verification bus. What is this that didn't come out? Then we won't click on it. Keep ordering buses. Hi. It seems that there was a mistake in that one. Go on and on. That's when we are looking for a server on this. Note that after we set up the server, after creating the server, it is best to verify whether its IP can be solved. If you don't have an account, you can register directly. If you have an account, you can log in directly. Now, if registered, it's best to register using this link I gave you, because if you register, you can get $100 as a gift. $100? It seems that I can only experience it for half a month. And I can also get part of the commission. There is a little advantage. Now I will log in directly. I have an account. These are my own 2 servers. Well, this is to create a server. Just click this. But what about when ordinary people come in? Just need to recharge. Otherwise, you won't be able to buy a server, which is better. This recharge, we can use Alipay. Ali is paired with, this is Alipay. Then we can charge $10 first, click to pay. Pay with Alipay. It's easy to just take out your phone and scan the code. Then I still have a few dollars in my account. I won't recharge for now. No recharge today. Back off, I have $8.02, which is enough. Because it will definitely be no problem if it can be used until the end of the month. Good. Then let's create the server first. You can also click below. And I click directly, let it come in on the page. This page gives us some options for creating a new server. Then let's choose this cloud server. There are several types of servers here. Let's choose this one. And then this is where the server is. There are Japan, South Korea, Singapore, USA. It is said that it is the server closest to us. The speed could be a little better. Seriously, this may be used by more people. Basically, I just can't find the IP address here. But actually, it wasn't very fast even when I tried. This Korean one seems to be new only in the last year. But it seems I can't buy the address either. Many people use it. I'm not this anymore, because the one I use most is the one in Los Angeles. The one in New York is cheaper. It's you in New York. For example, the cheapest point is 2 points. $5, a dozen dollars a month. But it only supports IPv6. Then I can only choose another one that costs $3.5. It only costs so much per hour per month. I wouldn't choose the one that charges by the hour. I think it's still from Los Angeles. I personally think it's a little more stable. This is where you choose our server. Then this option is to select the system. This is the operating system. It's your server. You create the server. What system do you want to install? 64, right? Install now. So, which one should we pretend to be? I don't use this much. Basically, just use this penetration. It is the 64th version of the 7th version. This is a server operating system created through Senus 7. Then when we built this server, we used the new system. If you have created a snapshot before, then you should choose this to restore. Just use snapshots. Use the image you saved previously to create the server. For example, I had a mirror here before. I click on it and I create review. Because this is automatically selected as 10. Because the snapshot of my snapshot backup is from this package. It will help you choose this package by default. It can only rise but not fall. You can only choose upwards. I can't choose this, because your backup here is configured this way. Because you used a hard drive, it cannot be reduced, can only be zoomed in. Then we will select a new server today. That's Sendos 7. Normally I choose $55. This is what I use for my own blog. But then my father started 3 blogs. Then when I only had 3 blogs, it was a little difficult to react. I chose $10 every month. My current blog is placed on this server. Then we have created a new one now. You can't pretend to be so much at once. Then we can upgrade in the future and put it on the blog for $5 first. Or internet tools are very suitable. 5 cents and $30 is more than $30. We don't need to worry about the rest. There may be charges for these things, right? We don't want this by default. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the situation is. I don't have this. I haven't used it either. It is said to be relatively safe. Then let's give Fusu a name. Well, today is a tutorial, right? No, come up with a name for the tutorial. This is a clear text label. By default, then $5 a month, okay? Take a look, and there's nothing wrong with it. The cloud server address is the Los Angeles system. Sendos 7. 64. Then the set meal is $5. Every month is good. Let's wait for the label point creation. This is your server. It is installing the system. The following 2 are my blogs 3-in-1. What I named is 3-in-1. There are 3 blogs, so I chose $10. This one every month is my online tool. Wait for it to be created and wait for you. For example, I don't want to use this internet tool. I might use it occasionally, right? Then I could delete it. I delete it. This way there will be no deductions. The premise is that I have backed up this system. Continue on. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this configuration. The configuration of this server. Right, this is our IP address. This is the account we use to log into the backend. This is the password. Password. I suggest copying it. Write it down in your notebook. Because if you create a backup, that is to say, after you install this tool or your blog, do you want to make a backup? Suppose your website crashes, or you want to delete it for some other reason. Then we will use it next time. Just use this snapshot to restore one to create. Just use a snapshot to copy an operating system, and the server can use it directly. It is more convenient that we don't need to configure it anymore. But next time you take a snapshot backup, its password is still this. But if you use snapshot backup, this password will not be displayed here. You will no longer be using this password, so you have to write it down. Of course, if we can't remember it, it doesn't matter. We can enter this shell here. It is also possible to use commands to change the password again. Go in here. So now we use a local shell software to connect to the backend through the SSH protocol. Use commands to operate this operating system. Our servers to operate our servers. As for the shell tool, I use forkshell 7. This is it has a free version. Just download the free version. Come down and search on Baidu. Baidu cross 10L to take a look. I didn't delete this. I got this one yesterday. Actually, I recorded a video yesterday. But I think the recording was not good because I have never recorded a video. This is the first time. I found that I couldn't speak coherently. No draft. If it's not good, it often freezes. I'll delete this first and start again. Good. Let's create a new conversation name to connect this connection. Let's call the name of our server tutorial. Its automatic host is also filled out. We need to fill in the IP address here. Delete it, then open our configuration page just now. Pull a little. Good. Let's fill in the IP address here. Let's copy the IP address. The default port is number 22, but I suggest it can be changed. If changed, let's take a look online. Or I'll make a tutorial next time. I won't talk about it now. Then the IP address and port number of our name protocol SSH host. There is no need for anything else. Direct connection and one-time save. Because we use a personal computer and save it all at once. We fill in root for this username. Just this username root. This is how most of the defaults come. Just remember, you won't have to lose if you use it next time. The password is this. Copy it. Click the link. Remember to save it. You don't have to look for it next time. Because this is your own computer. You just save the password. If it's someone else's computer, don't save it. Good. Now you can use this thing. Just like the command we usually use on Windows computers. The command window is the same as that. Type the command here to remotely connect to our server. Then let's try an instruction first. That is to say, the server is already up and running by now. You can enter instructions here. We are here with an order. There's a tutorial on peeling the shell here. There's also an introduction. This is roughly the process. This only introduces that the server will be gone after purchasing it. By the way, we use this shell. Then we could just find a script. Install a script. Let's try copying this. We copy this command in this window. It is not possible to use Ctrl-C on this window. Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V cannot be used. To copy and paste, right-click this cursor. Just to prove that we enter right-click and paste here. Then press Enter and wait for it to copy this command window, and it cannot. For example, if I want to copy this, I just use Ctrl-C, and that won't work. I have to copy like this. You have to right-click to copy in this way. The same goes for waiting for pasting. You cannot use Ctrl-V to paste it directly here. He is continuing the installation. You don't have to worry about it. Keep waiting. Okay, here. This is you. This is your username. On your server. Then there's a pound sign. This is actually empty every day by default. It means you can enter it. All the above processes have been completed. Good. Here, the purchase and connection of this Vivo LTR server have been completed. Good. Then let's continue going down. That is to say, let's talk about an installation method of this internet tool. This is a new script. The old script can no longer be used. An error will be reported. Then we'll switch over and use the new script. New script, I have installed this tool. Then get the user ID. What about the old script? After you install it, it will automatically create a text default for a user. ID, it already has it, because it already has this after it's installed. This file already exists, and there is content in it that you can change. But this new instruction doesn't have what we want to create. Then we get an ID. The command to get the ID is this. Let's copy it. This creates a user ID. But the characteristic of this internet tool is that it has this user ID. It has no password, no account. It's the user ID. Then let's do this. Just look down and zoom in. Then on the left, we look like this. This way you can copy it. I just pasted it. This is to create a user ID UID given here. Okay, so far we have succeeded. Let's write down this ID. I need to use the copy later. You must right-click to copy. You can't use Control-C. Well, we put it in Notepad. But keep going. Then look at the step, and it's complete. The third step is configuration. Then we need to create a file. It seems that this file does not exist. We're going to create the 6 instructions ourselves. Just create this script. Instead of creating this file, and create and open this file. Okay, it's empty here. There is only one curly brace. Well, if you want to edit it, we can't. Because now we're just creating and opening the text. Then we need to enter a command, is that we enter the I command. Press I to type an I, and it will enter edit mode. Enter an I. This is Chinese input. Switch to English input and enter an I OK. At this point, you can now enter characters. You see, right? Oh, I am pressing the small keyboard now. The keypad cannot be used. But we also delete the parentheses, because we want to copy this set of configuration content. Copy it here and paste it right-click. You can't use Count V OK. Paste in a terminal OK. This is the configuration content in the file of our tool. Then our place is the user ID. It's the user ID you just created. Let's copy it over again. Can't see our own text box. This text file is fine. Here we can paste. But we're going to delete this. How can I delete it? Delete still doesn't work. You must use the arrow to move this cursor up. And then move right over here. Then the mountain is deleted forward. Just delete this one first, and then continue. Okay. Once the deletion is complete, we click Paste here. Paste the user ID just now. Okay? Then the next step is to change the port. My default is 12345. How about you can set 12,345 by yourself? Suppose it's a little more complicated. Let's say it's at least 5 digits. A common point for 5-digit and 6-digit numbers is that the port should be larger. Fengji was thought to be cool by others, right? I don't know if we can bump into each other, but it always feels a bit more complicated. Well, let's delete this and create a port number ourselves. Wait, we can do whatever we want. For example, I am 581 and 2. Why? I'm using this little keyboard again. We can't use the small keyboard here. Then there is an X that needs to be deleted. Can't use the small keyboard. As soon as I use the small keyboard, it becomes messy. Garbled code comes out. But here we enter a 458. We use the buttons in the row above. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 8. Then 6 or 8. This one has one more space. Delete it. But 6, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 8. Yes or no? It seems to be enough. We can just change these two places. Then the next step is that we have already lost. Okay? We just press the ESC key to exit. Press exit. Not really. I'm going to point it here. Good. Press exit. Then at this time we have to enter a colon. WQ press enter to save and exit the document number colon. Then I press the wrong colon. Look at the cursor below. Look at the colon here, WQ OK, and press enter to exit this operation. Okay, back to this line of work again. This is the create text from our previous line and open. And then at U because you have closed and saved it. It's gone. Then in the next step, we start this tool. The finger to start command is this, copy and paste it back here, and that's it. Nothing. It proves to be okay. Then to stop the service is this command. Then restart the service with this command. Turn on the firewall, because our deep firewall defaults to it being on. And didn't we issue an order just now? 888658. What? You need to open your firewall. If you don't open it, unable to access. No port. Add an open port. Copy this instruction. Then change the port here to be 58. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will go back here directly. Why? This port cannot be used. Then we have to change it. Why can't this port be used? I don't quite understand this either. I'm a rookie. What to do? Then let's open the file just now. That's it, not this order. This is the path. This is the path to the file. So how do we open it? We use cat to copy the spaces in. Let's memorize this. Why? This is just for browsing. This is now browsing. Then let's continue to click the 6 command. Open it OK. Press I to edit. Then we change this port. 1, 2, 3, 4, 0. I'll be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 8, 6, 8. And let me see if I need to open 6 or 8. I'll try again. Press ESC to exit. Colon WQ save. Actually, I don't need to click save if I'm not editing. Just exit. Q exit. And then we now reopen this port is 6 boards. I just remembered it wrong. Let's try 6. Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 the port? But I don't quite understand either. In this regard. Then let's change it. Change it. The command we just entered can be found using the up and down keys. We lost on this one. We use the up and down arrows to scroll through this command. Good. Enter I on the next page to edit the port below. We just use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, I pressed the wrong one again. Press the small keyboard again. In fact, it cannot be used like this. Why? A QQ came. Delete the port. You fill in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why? Wrong entry again. Oops, always get it wrong. Good. Move it down and count 1, 2, 4, 5 on this keyboard above. Just the row of number keys above. Then press ESC. Then OK. WQ quit. But let's go back to this one and change the account number. Use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. It seems that pressing the keypad will work. It's okay if it's black. Why? Maybe our port number is too big. I actually don't quite understand this. Let's check it out online later. This is at least usable now. Then the port is opened. Then our hosting firewall configuration. This has been overloaded. Then this is to delete the port. Then we don't need to check the open ports now. Let's check it out. Let's see if that one is successful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is open. Sure. This is our server side. It has been built. Already done. So, we want to take a look now. That port just now? Not that many. Let's check it out. I don't quite understand either. CN penetration is the system port range. I don't understand this port range. Never encountered this before. I have never built so many systems before. The local open port range is 30,000 to 30,000. Hundreds, thousands, hundreds, thousands. 5 digits are the most. I just lost 5 to 8. There are too many. 5, 8. There are also 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 more. But my 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are smaller than it and can still be used. Hey, no matter so much. Maybe losing 5 or 8 is too big. Never mind. You just can't do it. We don't need it, right? This is completed. So, do we have to do it on the client side? It's time for the client, Our article will continue below. Hey, did I delete it? Good. Not here. Then it doesn't work. We'll be done with this. Then we use the client Windows client to download. In fact, I already have it in my computer. Well, have I logged in? Didn't log in? Yes. Then I will download it first. I already had it. Then I'll go ahead and copy it. Okay. In the study materials, then it's better to be inside me, right? I copied it out and copied it outside. Okay, really? Then I double-click to open it. Good. Already open here. Because I am actually blessed myself, I just create a new server and add an address. This is the address we just created. Right? At this address here, this is screen recording software. Then copy our IP address. The port number is 1, 2, and 3. Hey, this is what we made yesterday. Delete it. In fact, didn't I say that yesterday? I just said that I recorded a video. Then let's remove it. Why? How did you delete it? Remove you and say, well, these two are my own. But I need to hide the video. It can't be otherwise. Wouldn't I be giving it to everyone for free? Why? I won't be able to use it if you use it. But this is what we will talk about next, which is the configuration process. Configure the port because the software has been downloaded. Next, configure the configuration. Copy our address. The copied address is entered here, and the port is 1, 2, 3, and 4. The ID is the copy we just generated. Paste it over. Then for the additional ID, we fill in 64. Because we are in the front position, we actually filled it out. But it's not that this configuration contains this thing. 64 encryption methods. It's better for us to choose this one. No need to touch anything else. Alias the internet tool of this server with a Bay tutorial and click OK. This is what we just built. This is what I use by default now. Okay then. This has been built, right? Then let's enable it by right-clicking to enable it. Then select this mode, then server. Let's choose the tutorial we just created. Already chosen, right? We can go online now. Come up to us and take a look. Just click on this Google. This is a Google search. Just Google Mate. Very slow. Can it be used? ___ does not work. Why do we modify this? Is it because we just modified this thing? We need to restart the server. We didn't restart just now. Should we restart and give it a try? Because I just said that we are not the port number, right? We made some new changes. Restart it. Try restarting. Is it because of this? Restart. Okay, restart well. Already restarted. Why? Sure enough. Comrades. Sure enough, I need to restart it. I just made a mistake with the port number. I changed the port number. Then the V2O Rue service was not restarted. It won't work. That's it now. This is Facebook renamed Mate. It's very okay for us to lose mate now. So much for success. We have successfully done one thing. We can also deploy some websites on it. Don't waste this server. Make your own homepage to play around with, right? Now that's it for today.